Analysis log initiating. Incident designation Leomeo. What you are about to witness is not a story. It is a data-driven autopsy of a world. We will trace this cascade failure to its singular origin point, a corrupted biological asset. The data is definitive. This is the record of the day the architect's creation began to devour itself. This is the first biological apocalypse. Observe the system's perfect, horrifying symmetry. Causality is an absolute law here. Every action precipitates an equal and opposite reaction. Leomeo weaponized intimacy, so the resulting curse targeted intimacy, twisting the very concept into a plague. It wasn't random, you see. It was an algorithm of suffering, a precise and brutal response to his violation. We will now dissect the primary asset. To comprehend a total system collapse, you must first analyze the rot at its core. We must understand the flaw in the original design. Our subject was a prime asset, designation, Leomeo, an alpha template. He was a vessel of the Leonatus lineage, engineered for absolute authority. His architecture was supposed to be a reflection of the architect's unblinking sun, his purpose to maintain the geometric purity of the realm. But, within that supposedly perfect design, a corruption was already metastasizing. You see, the Leonatus template was compromised from its inception. Like all templates, it was subject to the weeping serpent venom of the Zodiac, a sort of cosmic rot. For the Leonatus line, this manifested as a specific Zodiac Venom, blinding pride. It was a spiritual mutant that curdled sovereignty and arrogance, a poison that convinced Leomeo he could, well, cage a hurricane. This overestimation of control, that was the primary catalyst. So let's move on to the protocol. This flaw, this pride, it informed the subject's entire methodology. It dictated a strategy of unprecedented violation. He wasn't going to hunt his target with fire or with force. Oh no, he would hunt it with a lie. The directive was simple enough: neutralize the unsanctioned biological autonomy of the entity known as Evara. Her capacity for reproduction was classified as a human virus, a chaotic variable threatening the static perfection of the architect's laboratory. A full system sanitation was deemed necessary. Leomeo's protocol was to weaponize a frequency the architect's rigid geometry could not even perceive: love. He simulated disillusionment, he mimicked devotion, and he executed a meticulous infiltration of the target's emotional architecture. He exploited a vulnerability of trust, a vector previously unrecorded, and a fatal flaw within the chaos of the feminine flow. And while the target was in this state of induced trust, the termination protocol was executed, not with the hot disruption of iron, but with a blade of cold, unyielding alchemical silver, the metal of absolute stasis, a precise, surgical extraction. He carved out her still-beating heart, the very epicenter of the world's chaotic energy, and he held it in his hand. Half of that extracted biological asset was then sealed within a silver locket. Now, this wasn't just a container, it was a geometric cage of pure law engineered to suppress and to suffocate the chaotic, high-entropy flow radiating from the living muscle, a wild cosmic force caged by static design. Initial assessment, protocol successful, but the subject's blinding pride had created a fatal miscalculation. The system failure was initiated by an unforeseen, yet entirely predictable, interaction with an external variable, the moon. This timeline illustrates the cascading failure beautifully. T3 seconds. On a balcony, under the night sky, Leomeo presents the locket to his sanctioned wife. T1 second. A triumphant kiss, a reinitiation of intimacy. T0, the pale light of the moon, the great shield of the feminine flow, intersects with the alchemical silver. The geometric cage is violently rejected. The contained half-heart detonates. A shockwave of pure, corrupted witchcraft screams across the entire kingdom. That detonation was the trigger. It kicked off a system-wide biological apocalypse. The curse, now unbound and amplified, didn't just kill, it rewrote flesh. It devolved logic. It unmade creation itself. The curse targeted the very architecture of the alpha templates. Their rigid geometric source code, what we call the masculine force, was flooded, just completely overwhelmed by the raw chaotic energy of the feminine flow and absolute corruption of their fundamental programming. The transfiguration cascade followed 4 distinct, truly horrific stages. Stage 1, corruption. The curse washes over Leomeo and his wife, their masculine architecture immediately compromised. Stage 2, deformation. Their skeletal structures violently buckle and wob, and the sound of snapping bone echoed through the kingdom. Stage 3, eruption. Their flesh melts, boiling and reforming into a writhing, amphibious biomass. And finally, stage 4, dissolution. The spark of logic is extinguished, replaced by a singular, primal drive, pure, uncontained hunger. The resulting entities were biological viruses. They took the stolen rigid bone structure of the architect to build these massive skeletal frames, but filled them with the feral, self-replicating hunger of the mother's flow. They were walking, breathing abominations, mockeries of their original perfect design. The cascade effect was total. The curse spread like a contagion through the connected bloodlines of the 13 kingdoms. The architect's gilded colonies were overrun from within. Human assets were consumed or driven into hiding. We initiated a new designation for this era, prehistoric hysteria. Systemic control of the planetary laboratory was completely and irrevocably lost. Log entry complete. The data from the Leomeo Incident suggests a fundamental flaw in the core programming of this reality. A system built on absolute stasis contains the seeds of its own violent collapse. The quest for permanence, when confronted by a force of infinite change, will always produce more elegant and terrifying forms of annihilation. Analysis complete.